Hey, I got a 7 best pieces of entertainment in 2023 list right here. And it's so awesome that by the time we are done, you are going to be able to launch a bear into space. So let's get started, shall we? Number 7, Cisu. To a man in this world, there's only 3 G's worth a damn. Guns, girls, and gold. By the end of Cisu, Corpy acquires all 3, yet he has use for only 1, and it ain't babes and buckshot. Corpy is a gold miner that strikes it rich. On his way to cash in his new life, Corpy has one obstacle to clear, a German dancing plus signs tank platoon.
Don't be stupid, be a smarty, come and join the Nazi party.
It's the end of the war, and the dancing plus signs know that they are beat. When they find Corpy on the road to becoming rich, Cisu turns into a wartime Wizard of Oz, and Corpy is our deadly Dorothy. Armed with only a truck rim as a shield and a pickaxe, Corpy fights for what counts: gold, specifically his gold. The dancing plus signs try and take his earnings. Now they're going to earn a one-way ticket to hell. One might say, all he does is retreat in the movie until the 3rd act. One also might say London is the Paris of New York. So, are you really going to trust that one guy?
Nope.
I say, he's tactically leading them to their death. It all sounds absurd on paper. It's even more absurd to watch. He chucks landmines at dancing plus signs, tries to go one-on-one with a tank, and rips the guts out of a plane with his pickaxe while hanging 10,000 feet in the air. Yeah, Cisu is absurd, but also an explosive piece of grindhouse fun. Number 6. Extraction 2. Let's be honest, before you started Extraction 2, your max squat was probably 2 half-full paint cans dangling at the end of a broomstick. Your legs threatened to buckle underneath the pressure. You broke a sweat. Not just out of the pain, but mostly because you're praying not to die underneath the 26 pounds your pathetic little shoulders are carrying. After watching Extraction 2, you find yourself in the woods cutting a tree down with one singular karate chop, carrying logs down over your shoulders while your totally ripped biceps glisten in the golden sun. You're about to go have ice cream with your daughter and feed the woodland critters from the palm of your hand. Life's good. You're now an army of 1, and the military is going to ask you to do one last mission.
No chance.
You weren't even in the army, and you're this jacked because it's all due to the fact that you watch Extraction 2. And because of the steroids. Extraction 2 is a pure action movie. Just 2 hours of shit blowing up, people getting wrecked in all sorts of different getting wrecked ways. And for all the artsy-fartsy types that use the term cinephile to describe themselves, there's a 21-minute seemingly one-shot sequence of people dying all over the place and things exploding. Martin Scorsese didn't even have that in Goodfellas with his Steadicam shot through the back of the Copacabana. He could have at least had Henry Hill shoot a guy in the kneecaps or something. Where are you at now, cinephiles? The only downfall to Extraction 2 is the kid Rake rescued named Sandro. He's a pansy little pipsqueak that, when he's not ratting out his family and almost getting them all killed, he's bitching about his dad being murdered by Rake or something. I don't know, who knows? I tuned out that little turd faster than people tell me I can't store that many fireworks in my garage. Extraction 2 is everything the bloated John Wick 4 wished it could be. Let's just put it this way when comparing the two. One was clearly bored with its IP and didn't know how to kick it up a notch, and the other was Extraction 2. Number 5, One Piece. In the last 6 years, what everybody has wanted for Netflix is to turn their beloved anime IP into a live-action show. Just kidding, nobody ever fucking said that. And if you didn't think live-action One Piece was destined to enter the halls of the Museum of Live-Action shows and take its rightful place next to Cowboy Bebop and Death Note, congratulations, you're like the only person in the world who called it. What's it like living in this 28 days later scenario of being right all the time about TV shows? Seems kind of awesome. But something happened along the way. In the promotional material, the actors seemed genuinely excited to play their roles and give the fans what they want. They did not treat their roles as some sort of obligation or stepping Stone. What a concept. It also helped that Eiichiro Oda, the original author of One Piece, is extremely protective of his work. There were numerous reports of him forcing reshoots of the production in order for them to get it right. Usually such reports means disaster. In the case of One Piece live action, it meant the complete opposite. The world they build inside of live action One Piece is immediate and something you find yourself buying into without question. Each character has clear motivations and flaws, and Naki Godoy's Monkey D. Luffy is so damn endearing you can't help but root for him, and the end result was something completely unexpected. It was actually good. Number 4, Sanctuary. Have you ever wanted a raw, gritty look at the personal lives of sumo wrestlers?
No.
Yeah, me either. But this show grabs your attention and pulls you into its fat, sweaty, but yet somehow athletic body and doesn't let you go. Sanctuary is anything it wants to be at any given moment of time. It can be dramatic, funny, harsh, dark, twisted, political, and spiritual. It demonstrates that respect is something you must earn in and outside of the ring, that people are going to want to see you fail just as much as others want to see you succeed. The show establishes what it takes to be the best at sumo. That mainly consists of a daily diet of 10,000 calories and big dumps that rookies have to break up before they can even flush the toilet.
おい。でかくて流れねえから、ちゃんとやっとけよ。
Ah, now I know why they call them chopsticks. Sanctuary is a lot like Rocky, but instead of an Italian guy drooling his dialogue from the side of his mouth, it's a fat Japanese guy drooling over rice balls. There are real low moments in the show, only matched with moments of peak motivation, not just for the characters, but for us in the audience as well. Instead of punches, it's slaps. Instead of thunder lips, it's thunder thighs. In terms of sports dramas, it's one of the best. In terms of shows featuring sumo, it is the best. Or at least I think it's the best. And I'm not saying that just because it's the only sumo drama I know. I'm sure there are like others out there, but they're probably pathetic compared to Sanctuary. Hey, speaking of Japan, number 3, Oppenheimer. For some, Oppenheimer was a disappointment, mainly because those science dorks that wanted to nerd out about atom splittings and isotopes and theoretical physics and whatnots, which I'm totally qualified to get into here by the way, but I'd rather not split the atoms of your mind and blow it all over the place. And yeah, some of that nerd shit is in the movie, but one of the main focuses of the film is Oppenheimer getting railroaded out of his security clearance. This is due to his more than questionable ties to communism during a time where more than questionable is enough to ruin one's reputation. It's 1941 and the race to build the world's most devastating weapon was on. So the important question of should you build it is put on the back burner for the question of can you do it before the dancing plus signs do?
Look out, here comes the master race.
Throughout man's time here on Earth, the answer to the former seems to always come much after the latter. And the question of if they could build the bomb is answered in spectacular fashion. And, as usual as the case with Nolan, answered in non-linear form. Oppenheimer is broken into 2 parts, fission and fusion. Fission is in color and about Oppenheimer's life. Fusion is in black and white, centering around Louis Strauss' confirmation hearing. Louis Strauss being the man who punched Oppenheimer's ticket into leading the Manhattan Project. The fusion storyline digs up facts about Oppenheimer's life and Strauss's actual motivations. There are layers of meaning behind the choice of shooting these fusion scenes in black and white as we get to the truth. The fission storyline is a clear and concise view of what intellectual horror can truly look like. The most chilling and dramatic scene is not the successful Trinity test, but of Oppenheimer addressing his team as they hang on his every word from the bleachers. This is just after the announcement that they dropped the bombs on Japan. Cheers are mixed in with horrifying screams. Clapping hands give way into sobs. Flashbulbs from cameras go off so bright they mimic the blinding light of his own creation. In Oppenheimer's mind, he's stepping through corpses made of ash. The horrors from outside of this room haunt him just as much as inside. It's a little treat into his psyche and the key moment to the theme. Guilt rides his tiny little shoulders that are much like yours before you watched Extraction 2. Oppenheimer's hope is that he developed the bomb for a nation that wasn't going to hold the world hostage. But with the Cold War heating up and spies amongst those who worked in the Manhattan Project, all seem lost for Oppenheimer. The best he can hope for is that he can stop the arms race from developing more powerful bombs in record time. Oppenheimer knows he paved a way to a new world bent on killing itself with his creation. What Oppenheimer didn't know was he had a hand at growing a 400-foot lizard in the Pacific, and it's headed straight for Japan, which brings us to Number 2, Godzilla -1. 2023 proved to be the year that if the hero wore a cape, his balls were getting smashed both critically and financially at the box office. This is the 38th time the giant lizard stomped on the shores and blew his atomic halitosis on the world, and the world begged him for more this time around. More concerned with the human drama involved, -1 is the best Godzilla to date. The director, Takashi Yamazaki, knew if he wanted the monster to be truly terrifying, he must get the audience to relate to the characters while having to deal with Godzilla teabagging Japan for 2 hours. This is a monster movie that makes you feel for the characters who are caught in the giant's path without much to survive with. I am hard-pressed to say we haven't gotten a movie like this since Jurassic Park. And it achieves this blockbuster look with 1/10 the budget of what Hollywood throws into their summer circus trash cans that don capes. Godzilla delivers on its promise and then some, making it easily the best blockbuster film of the year. Number 1, The Bear. What if I told you the best piece of entertainment in theaters or on TV was about a master chef who inherited his family's sandwich shop firmly nested in Southside Chicago? The premise alone already sounds cliche. An asshole chef a la Gordon Ramsay coming in with his my way or the highway attitude. A dick personality where if the garnish is offset by a ½ inch, he will have a watery shit in a guy's hat and call him the soup of the day. I haven't watched more than a handful of Gordon Ramsay shows, but I'm pretty sure that's how they all go. But the lead character isn't the reality TV chef you've grown accustomed to yelling inside your TV box. He's actually a quiet guy who you can tell is bound with all this tension. The lead character, Carmy, takes over the failing family restaurant after his brother Michael self-deletes. Now Carmy's challenge is to take what he knows that works and applies it to the restaurant before it's too late. His major challenge is to get the entire staff, filled with an eclectic group of characters, to buy into his vision. The common motif interwoven throughout The Bear is every second counts. It not only denotes that time is the most precious commodity, but is part of the persistence needed to keep a restaurant afloat, the approach needed when dealing with various people and their various styles of running things, and the human connection between these characters. Adversity builds these characters closer together, bonding them through shared experiences or tearing them apart when the flames get too high. The Bear is more like if Scorsese decided to make a show about a sandwich shop. Quick, fast cuts matched with long single takes, cooking scenes shot like action sequences. In particular, one episode in season 2 titled Forks is intense yet emotional and atmospheric, as if Michael Mann was directing Heat again.
Start with the 2 tops, move to the 4, so forth. All the servers take temperatures of the room, they communicate.
How do they do that if they can't speak? I think I see the pattern.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Another notable episode is season 1, episode 7, titled Review, which is an 18-minute long one-shot as tensions and stakes reach a boiling point in the kitchen. The chefs yell at each other, joke, laugh, fight, quit, come back, apologize, talk shit, and go through some intense life moments. All from a show whose average episode runtime is 20 minutes. Every second counts with The Bear, and everything it serves to us in the audience makes it the standout piece of entertainment this year. It treats your time as the precious commodity that it is. And there you have it, my best of 2023. Let me know what your favorite movie or TV show was down below in the comments. And sincerely, my best wishes for a happy new year to you all. If you enjoyed this video, you go ahead and smash that like button. While you're done doing that, hit the subscribe button. And then, after that, share this with your friends, family, people you hate. Maybe you don't like my content and just want to waste somebody's time. Do it. Share it. Thank you. It is much appreciated. I'm out of here.